Gee, how you doing? Oh, doing okay. Had a busy day. How about you? Oh yeah, it wasn't too bad today. It was 68, sunny. Yeah, we had 80 yesterday. It's weird how we have the same weather and you're in California. It's weird. But today was 68. It was beautiful, man. Golfing weather. Good golfing day. But didn't golf though. I did other stuff. Got my car back yesterday. They fixed the master cylinder, or they replaced it. But I'm glad to have my brakes working. Man, it was scary for a while there. I shouldn't have been driving it really because the brakes weren't really working that good. Luckily, I didn't crash or anything. I'll tell you one thing. I have, I think, I must have took for granted having my brother as a mechanic because, man, did he ever save me a lot of money. Jeez, he never charged me to work on my car. I mean, I would do things for him too. I'd help him out. That's kind of how we did it. If I needed help or if he needed help on something, then I would help him. But um, I mean, he had the garage and the tools and all the jacks and everything, so it was just easier for me to take it over to him. And man, he would save me. I mean, he probably saved me already. I'd probably spent already a couple thousand more than I would have if he was still around. But I mean, that's not. I was just. He's not the only reason I wish he was around. Just miss him. Talking to him or just because we talked almost every day, even if it was just for a few minutes on the phone or whatever, and texting each other, whatever. But sucks, when you lose somebody like that so close to you. I hope I invited Andy. I don't know if he'll come. I don't know what's going on with people in general. Not anybody here necessarily. Everybody here is pretty faithful. Um, but I understand, sometimes things come up and whatever. But um, anyway, I don't want to get into our meeting and stuff until we make sure that it's a little bit early yet. Give it about 10 more minutes. And if nobody comes in, we'll go ahead and start the meeting and I'll record it again and then do it that way. Uh, I'm sure somebody will be here, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, decisions have to be made in order for us to grow further into our ministry here. We have to sort of have an idea of what we're doing. And it's so necessary for us to have one meeting place. We can meet on Discord, we can meet on other sites for gatherings or outreaches and things, but we have to have a platform where everybody can come to. Imagine if, and again, I don't want to get too much into the meeting yet because then I'll be repeating myself, which I don't want to do. So you're in your busy season, right? mowing and everything, mulching, mowing and mulching. Yeah, weed eating. Okay. That's how a redneck. If you might be a redneck, remember that Jeff Foxworthy? You might be a redneck if you did that. If you might be a redneck if you mow your weeds like that. That's good. All right. Well, I guess since I'm recording, we can go ahead and get going. I mean, there's no sense of waiting. Um, I'm gonna share my screen for a little bit here. All right. So everybody voted, and I appreciate that. Um, and everybody picked this one, the one that the branded app one. However, there is a problem. Of course, there's always a problem. I want to show you what the problem is with this app. When you click on the members, there's nothing here. There's no bio, no information, no way to message them, nothing. This is a useless platform. And I'm very upset about it because, you know, you would think that of all things, you wouldn't imagine that this would be a problem. Like, okay, you got a $50 a month app, and you're telling me that I've got to go into some program on here, and I've got to become a programmer, and I got to program a form that creates properties, that creates a bio and information just so I can put it here. I don't think so. That's lazy on their part, making us do all the work and then charging us money. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I am not going to do it. So that's a deal breaker for this app. And it's like, of all things, I've never heard of this. Never in any apps that I've ever used in my life have I had where you have to create the form that creates it. So, in other words, you don't want to have an empty blank profile, right? Nothing. You can't even put a picture, nothing. You can't even do anything. You can't message anybody in the app or nothing unless you create that. So, unfortunately, as nice as the app is and everything else, it's not worth it. Isn't that ridiculous? Have you ever heard of such a thing? Well, let me show you this. Let me show you Mighty Networks profile. Let's go to members. So let's pick up and pick a member. Oh, well, that's weird. I don't see. There we go. So I don't think I filled out any information in this, but if you view the profile, you got a nice, you can see you got a nice picture, you got the person's name, anything that they did, anything they joined will be down here, any video, anything. You get your own, it's like a social network profile. You can see their activity, you can follow that person, you can chat with them. It's much better. Mighty Networks has a much better platform by far. Okay, hold on. Not sure why you're not seeing it though, because it's live. Um, Let me see. You see it now? Okay, you see it now? All right. So you can tell it's a lot better. You can follow that person, you can chat with them. You get an actual profile that has, you know, you can add a picture, you can add a cover here. It details all the information about you. This is a bio. You can fill out a bio. You can actually have a profile on this platform, which I never thought would even be an issue. So anyway, so Mighty Networks is a much better solution for us. Unfortunately, the icon thing and all of that, but I was going to mention something about that as we get moving on. But I wanted to show you the difference between the two apps. And I think had I known this prior, I wouldn't have even moved with this app. I didn't know it until I started getting into filling out, which is my fault once again, not really looking through the app closely before I projected it out to everybody. And that's my fault once again. But like I said, I didn't even think of that. I mean, I looked at everything. Everything looked good on the app, but that was the one thing I didn't look at. But I didn't think it was going to be an issue. It never has been on any app I've ever used before. So anyway, um, so basically, Mighty Networks. We're going to take a look at it a little closer, deep dive of it tonight. Because I want everybody to understand the value of this site and what it can do for us. Up, let's start by looking up here at the top, and I'm going to use my mouse. But you can see where at the top it has notifications. Now this is very important because we always talk about notifications, or this is chats, I'm sorry. This is chats, and there's different chat rooms you can create in this. You can chat in here almost anywhere, and so on and so forth. You can create chats with just individual members, or we can do group chats in here. There's notifications right there. You're going to get good notifications of anything that's happening on the site, and it'll hit your desktop, and it'll hit you can get a mobile app for this, and we might as well talk about that first before we go further. um, when you're on the mobile, and let's say you go to Chrome and you log in like most people do, you're going to get a message that says, download the mobile app. It's going to be there. It's going to tell you that, and it's almost going to be annoying. So it's best to just, get the mobile app for it. It'll be under Mighty Networks, but it's not a big deal because when you're in the app, when you're in Chrome and you download, it takes you right to our site. You're not going to go, wandering off into Mighty Networks. You're going to be going into Christian App right here. It's going to take you to the feed, and you'll fill your profile out, and then you'll be able to log in and join everything that's going on. I mean, you've been in here before. We've used Mighty Networks before. This isn't our first rodeo with this. But they have made some enhancements to it since we were on it, and I think it's better. You can actually make it dark or light, depending on your flavor. But like I said, good notifications on desktop. So if you're on your computer or if you're on mobile, it has a really good mobile app. It's probably better than any of the mobile apps we've used. But even if you don't get the mobile app, even if you just use it on Chrome on your mobile, it is very good. It looks just like a mobile app. But if you get the actual mobile app, it's better because it has a little better functionality. So anyway, as far as the question that I had about, you know, having our own icon and our own brand and everything like that. And that was an important thing. I asked the question, was it a game changer? And I said, I don't think it's a game changer. I said then, I don't think it's a game changer because I think people, if they want to join our group, they're going to know Mighty Networks is God Talk or Christian App or whatever. And they're going to click on it and they're going to get our content and they're going to get everything. It's not that big of a deal. There is a way, though, that I can actually create from the URL of our website a mobile app with an icon and everything like that. And it works on desktop and it's not through the App Store, but it just basically creates a version of your site on mobile. And some of them actually just literally just it creates a an icon on your phone, and when you click on it, it's just basically a phone. You can get um, where it's just a button on your phone or an icon, and when you click on it, it just redirects to your website on Chrome or whatever. I mean, you can get that if we're really hung up on wanting to have an icon. We could have an icon that says Christian App, have a little logo on it, and then when people click on it, they go right to our our mobile version of it or whatever. So we could do that. I mean, that's not something that's out of the question if we really felt like that was a necessity. I don't know that it is. But at any rate, getting into this a little bit further, so you got notifications galore. When you join it, it has built-in um, algorithms. It congratulates people. It has like a Giphy that pops up with balloons falling and everything, and it's really cool. It's a very great way to be introduced to a site. It's all done through algorithms. The great thing about Mighty Networks is they built it so that it would run itself. It basically does run itself. When people join, there are I'm trying to think of the word. I can't. I used the word the other day in my mind. I was thinking about it. What is it? It's not really necessarily algorithms, but it's I can't think of the word, but it just it's self generating. Is what I'm looking for. Self generates. When somebody joins, it invites them to become um, not only a part of the site, but to become an ambassador for the site where they can invite people and it gives them a link. So it's doing all of these things for you. You don't have to manually do it at all. It's just automatically programmed into the system so that it when somebody joins, they're redirected to the welcome page. They're able to read about our site. Tons of things that happen after you fill your profile out. You'll be redirected to the main feed. And then from there, you can discover the site. You can browse it. You can go through all the different, things that we have. And I mean, I don't even have the site even remotely ready to be launched. I just, basically have a few things on here, but you could go as deep as you want with this platform. I mean, you can create events. I don't have any created yet, but you can do that. I don't know why it's a little slow, sluggish. Not sure why it's doing that. There, events. It gives you a nice calendar and it would show upcoming events. This is really a nice system. Discovery is really cool. Discovery is like, man, this is really slow tonight. I'm not really sure why it's so slow. It's not normally, must be my internet is bugging because it's usually relatively quick when you're launching it, but it could just be because of that. It's not showing any of the pictures. Hmm, weird. All right, let me refresh it. I don't want you to think this isn't the way the site is because it's really not. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, it will show top post. This is like a roundup. If you just wanted to quickly say, "Hey, what's going on this week?" or "What's going on?" What's the latest post? Members near you. If there was any members that were in your location, it would tell you here. Top members. Any featured posts? We don't have any yet. Upcoming events don't have any. These are the spaces that we have on the site, and so it gives you kind of a nice roundup of what's going on. I like that. I think it's a cool thing. And then these are spaces. Welcome space. That's nice. It brings people into. See, again, we're having a little bit of problems with. Hold on a minute. I got to get my dog. Oh, hey, how you doing? Sorry to have to leave there, but we've had raccoons that have gotten up into our attic, and so we've got a guy out there who is setting some traps for us. Joys of living in the country, I guess. There we go. Yeah, right. Hey, how you doing, Caleb and Lashia? Good to see you. Yeah, the raccoon. That's good. Oh, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Is Caleb here? Oh, hey, how you doing? So I wanted. I don't know. I don't think you guys caught the first part of what I was saying, but I appreciate you voting on that app and everything. We ran into a bit of a problem with it. It's really kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you, but um, to make it short and sweet, the app, well, it's almost better to show you. I don't know. Let me see what I did with that. I guess I could show you real quick what I mean rather than tell you. It's kind of hard to explain it. Can you see my screen? All right, cool. Let me show you then what. So basically, if you go here and click on profiles, this is what you see. Nothing. Not an iota of information. No picture. No way to message anyone. So I contacted him about it. And in all my years of doing apps and websites, I've never ever seen anything like this. But basically, you have to go into creating a form. You have to become a programmer, and you have to know how to program this form and create properties and stuff. And then when you create the properties, then you have to link it back to the profile. And by the time you're all said and done with that, I'm like, why would I pay you X amount of dollars a month for this app to run it when I got to do all the work? So I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I mean, so we were talking about the difference between that and Mighty Networks here. Mighty Networks being, if you go to the members page and click on a member, John Baptist, you can see how you got all this information. You can see activity. You can follow. You can chat with John the Baptist. You can, basically it tells you everything that he's joined. It shows all this information. So you basically, excuse me, you basically get a bio. I wanted to show you, oh man, got something in my throat. So what we so anyway, I was saying that you got notifications galore, desktop and mobile. Now we might as well say the mobile app that you get on this, it wouldn't be our own branded app, which we've already talked about it, but I don't know that it's necessarily a game change or breaker to have to go with Mighty Network app, because like I said, people that know us that are going to join this, they're going to know it's, Christian app or God Talk or Jesus Connect or whatever. So I don't know necessarily that that's a big deal. However, there are ways that you can create icons that you can redirect mobilely to your website so that it would go through Chrome and whatever, and they could still, you still have an app. Oh man, something got into my lungs or something. Jeez, I don't know what that is. Allergies or something this time of year, I guess. You better be good because I can't let you outside right now. Anyway, you can chat on here. You can create chat rooms. You can chat with people, individually, direct message. The feed, basically, we've been on Mighty Networks before. You have, Caleb, as well. You probably remember this, but they have made some enhancements. One thing that they have is you can go live right on here, just like Circle. It won't work my camera because I'm on the camera, but if I wasn't, you could see on here. You can record it. You can screen share, so you can screen share on here. The only thing I didn't like about it was it doesn't have it has a chat with it, but it's very basic. But if I stream from mobile, then it pops up in the feed here. So then you have access to, as you could see, you can do all kinds of things in here. You can do articles, Giphy files, everything just like that kind of things. So then you would be able to, it's basically do what you did in Circle through the mobile part of it. It's a little different, but it's not that big of a deal. I mean, at least you have the video, audio, everything right in the app. You can record it, all of that stuff. You can do events. Oh wait, I haven't finished my changes. What does that mean? Oh, I made a comment instead of a post. All right, whatever. Events are nice. I didn't create any yet. I haven't really done much on this, but if we had upcoming ones, you would see them here. Discovery is everything on the site that all the posts, top post, if there are any members near you, which that would be weird. Featured, these are featured posts. We don't have any upcoming events. These are top spaces, basically a rundown of everything that's going down on the site. You better be good or else you're going to be in trouble, buddy. Let's see. What else? Spaces are like, you can do all kinds of things. Different ones. You can create different ones. Your forum discussions, and then you can view the space, and it'll have anything that a forum can be anything that you want it to be here. Stop it. I can't put you outside right now, and I need you to be quiet. You understand? Yeah, I need you to be quiet. So blog is the same thing. Basically, you can create blogs. Blogs, can be different in what you do with them or whatever. You can create these spaces and a lot of different stuff that you can do here. The forum discussions can be tagged. They can be used for, sending out social media, feed spot, those types of things that we've been talking about. The one thing that, I mean, we could go on and on about it. It's very detailed. um, the one thing that I really like about Mighty Networks, and I said this in the two videos now, had I known before Sunday that I never dreamed or imagined we'd have a problem with profiles of all things, right? I mean, who would have thought that would have been the hangup? Now, it sounds to me like there's going to be issues with a lot of different things, and with the way that they've made the site where you have to do a lot of the work yourself, which if you're going to do that, fine, but then don't charge people as much. I mean, these two sites are basically the same price per month, and this has way more stuff built into it, and it's actually probably, to be honest, a much better platform. Um, the thing that Mighty Networks does is it has built-in algorithms that run things. Like when somebody joins, you get like a meme where balloons are falling and it says welcome, that's automatically, that's all You don't have to do anything manually. The site basically runs itself. If somebody joins, they're being welcomed. They're being redirected to the welcome page where they learn all about the site. They learn all about it, what it has to offer. Um, cool things like that. It even gives them the opportunity to share a link with others. So everything that's built into it is built into it to make you grow. So I mean, those are just things that are there. They're all part of the site. Um, no matter what plan, there's different plans. I mean, it goes all the way up to like the same. I think the same price as Circle, but you get more with it. Or you can go with them. You can go with their basic plan, and you still get the video, everything. So it's a good deal. I think at this point, I've looked at about everything. I think I've scoured the planet, and unless you're going to build it yourself, which we could still do, we could still plan a project to build our own mobile app. This is probably the best way to go because it's already everything's built into it. What we need, regardless of what we do here, is we need one platform we can bring everybody. Whoever joined us from Mazzello, I think there's like maybe 4 people, whatever 7, 8 people that are on Warrior Club, whatever, however many people are in Cosme, however many people are on Facebook. We need to get them all onto one platform so that we can keep everybody informed. We can have Bible studies together in our own app. I mean, we really need this. I mean, it's good to have Discord. It's good to have Mozilla and all these other sites to outreach, but we're not gonna grow if we're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's too confusing. And even now, I'm like, well, should I get a hold of you guys on Discord, or should I get a hold of you on? Well, I know Mozilla is probably going to be more for outreach and so on and so forth. But other sites like that we're going to be using, we really need to have one platform. So there really isn't a whole lot else unless I think unless we build it ourselves or have somebody build it for us. There are do-it-yourself mobile website builders. There is one I've looked at in the past. It's one of those that you can do a crossover app where it works on desktop and mobile. It creates a mobile app with an icon, everything that we kind of your own branded app type things. And you can either leave it as just a web, they call it a web app, or you can submit it to that. If you have an account or whatever with Apple and Android, you can submit it to the store for sorry about all the noise. I had to bring him in because I got a couple people outside with traps, and I told them I was in the middle of a meeting, and they said that's fine. They're out there putting stuff in and working on a trap for me to get those coons. The mother coon had babies, and there's a board up in the attic where they got in, and not a good situation. The dog had the coon cornered the other day. Oh man, just a second. What is your problem? All right. Sorry about that. Are you guys still there? See, when my daughter was about probably 12, 11 or 12, when she would come up for the summer and visit me and stuff like that, there was a friend of theirs. His name was Ian, and I mean, I remember him when he was, probably 11 or 12. Just this kid, And so we had him come out because he works with critter control. He does, pest control and stuff like that. I didn't even recognize him now. He's like, he's probably, I don't know, 6'3", maybe. Pretty, pretty heavy now. He was skinny then. I didn't even recognize him. I haven't seen him in like, I don't know how many years would that be. Maybe 13 years since I've seen him. Anyway, kind of weird. But so, what do you guys think? I mean, pretty much you get the idea why we can't use the other one. I mean, it's just no good. You got to be able to have profiles and also roles, admins, things like that. How would you even run the site? You'd have to, if you don't have admin. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. That is a terrible system. I even said that. I said, seems like a lot of work just to have profiles. Yeah. Anyway, so if you guys are game for this, what I'm going to do is invite you. Well, I'll send you a link, and you guys can start joining it, and we can get on here and just start, using it and see how we like it. I mean, that's what I would like to do. We don't have anything to lose. We're on a trial right now, so we're not paying for it. So we should get on here as soon as we can and start using it. But we can instant message each other on there. There would be that one platform, kind of like Circle, but the mobile actually works. I know it does, so we don't have to worry about that one. But we should test it out and see, how we like it and whatnot, and go from there. But it would be good to have a platform that we can go live on and not have to worry about trying to figure out, that's always the biggest thing. Well, how are we going to video or audio chat? How is that going to work? And we don't have to worry about that. You know, when the other, I mean, basically, there's not a whole lot of difference between this and Circle. It's just kind of a different format. It's a different kind of a setup. It takes a little bit of getting used to how it flows because you got to look at all the different spaces and things. But one of the things that was really cool that I liked about it was if you create a live stream on there and you right click on it, it gives you the option to create an article. So when you create an article, you can send it to any space within your site. So this would be a great way, like if you were doing like a series on say, the Old Testament or something, and you wanted to have like a blog or a forum or courses or something like that, where you wanted to be able to transfer a video into a space, and it would automatically do it. See, and that's kind of cool. I came upon that by accident, but I thought that's such a great idea because that would be an easy way if you were doing a series, like you were doing something where you wanted to have a bunch of videos in one location for people to click on and watch. It's just things like that are just, from my standpoint, I think that's a cool idea. But then there's some other things, you know. It's like I said, I mean, there's not a whole lot out there that does everything that we want. Um, let's see, what else was I going to show you, and then I think we'll go ahead and close here. These are spaces when you see main chat, funny posts. That could be, you know, we could change these and do anything we want with this right here. You can change this, make it any way you want. Feed is kind of like the home page you would get on a website, but there's something. Oh, a collection is like, say you had a blog, and then that's the that's the collection. Kind of confusing. But then a space would be like, so you say you wanted to have a blog, and then you wanted to have, um, let's say one blog is called trending topics. So that would be a space, and that whole space would then be dedicated to that topic. So you would just keep, you know, posting in there and putting posts in there and all that. And that you can create different spaces within the collection. So think of the collection like the container that holds all the articles. You can create articles, you can create all kinds of things. So as far as like something that would help us get new people, we talked about using FeedSpot. We need to have a website to do that. We need to have a website that does what? Forums, posts, that type of stuff. That's what this site is all about. But there's a lot of other things too. And let me just say this, and then I'll close. The lady that created this, it was a lady. Power power to the women that are out there doing this kind of stuff. But she worked for Google, and she decided that she wanted to help. I think when she started it, it was for women that wanted to have like small communities and stuff, and so she created the software. And this has been, I mean, I was on when it was Mighty Bell. It was called Mighty Bell. I'm talking like 2013. That's how many years ago I was on this. But then she changed it over the years. She changed it to Mighty Networks, and she added all of these things. She's constantly, and I say she, now it's a corporation of people that are working on this, but they're constantly doing videos. They're constantly working on this platform to make it what it is. I mean, to me, that's kind of what you want. You don't want to be on a platform where you never hear from anybody. They're never updating it. Or, you know, that's scary to me. I don't want to be on a platform that isn't, you know, constantly upgrading and making things better and better for you so that you can have better. So they have every week they do a webinar. You can go to it. They have their own community which you can join it. And we do get random people. I am some of my other ones that I was on. I had random users. There's a discovery where you can actually discover other, besides the discovery that you see, you can actually find other Mighty Network communities within here. So there is a way of getting people randomly on here. So having said that, I'll start sending the link out tomorrow. And if you guys want to join it, and maybe we could, you know, start using some of the features, instant messaging. Maybe Thursday night we could do a live stream on here or something just to test it out. We should do it as quickly as we can, rule anything out. You know, we got to try things out. That's the only way to figure things out. You know, you can think something's just going to work and then it doesn't, and then it's a problem. And it's my fault. I mean, you know, I never would have, even suggested that other app had I known all that. But I didn't know. I didn't even. Everything was great. I did not see that coming. I mean, I was kind of thinking about the membership part of it, and I just when I clicked on it, I saw that, oh yeah, you can click on the, because I always create different profiles to test things out. I'm like, oh yeah, you can click on that. It works. Never dreaming that it was nothing there. There was an empty space. Like I said, that was a new one on me. All right. Well, I think the best way to learn this is to get in here and use it. I'm going to work on it between now and if we do get together on here on Thursday night. I'm going to get on here and kind of tidy it up, fix it up. I don't like the way it's set up right now as much as I would like, so I'm going to try to think about it and figure it out. But when you go in, when you do join it, if you join it tomorrow or whatever, make sure you fill your profile out, add a picture, or if you don't want to use your own picture, whatever. There's the more that we fill out the site, it's just like I've always said, the more you're going to attract people to it. And I really like the way the membership page has little circles and it connects people. It's really cool. I like that about it. And the mobile is really good. Even if you just use Chrome, it looks like a mobile app. It is very well done. It was created to be kind of a mobile friendly or mobile responsive type site. So anyway, tomorrow night, what is it? Wednesday? It is Wednesday. I guess we could try. Maybe we could juggle a little bit tomorrow night and go on Mozilla and Cosme and see if we can maybe either pull some people from Cosme over to Mozilla and see what happens with that. Just because we don't always get people on Mozilla, it just depends. I mean, but I'm really happy about what we've been seeing on Mozilla. Let's switch gears here. I'm going to get into something else because I didn't just want to talk about this tonight, and I know we're running a little bit late, so I'm going to speed this up. I wanted to talk about the live streaming report for this week. Well, we did not as good this week as we have other weeks. We had nobody on Wire Club. Wire Club has been dead. I mean, literally dead. I don't know what's going on. I think that with Wire Club, part of it is they want me to come back on there like all the time, and I'm just not ready to do that. I mean, I got too many other places to be, responsibilities. But what I would like to do is kind of delegate and see if I can work with some of the people that are already on there and have them run my room, and then I could come in and do the live streams. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for that. But you really have to work with Wire Club, really with all of these sites. You have to be on them on a regular basis um, to make them work. Restream, let me just say it. It's a big. That's what we've been using to stream the last few weeks. No, if I didn't, I will. I'll do that. I'll make a note. I'll make a note right here. I'll make a note. I'm making a note, right? See, Cosme. Okay, I got it. Um, Restream is a big. I don't know what you want to call it. It is the worst software I've ever seen. When you play it back, I don't know if you guys were getting a lot of when I was playing the music and I watched it on the YouTube. I always watch it to see what kind of what it's like, so I can figure things out. And the music was fading in and out the whole time, and then I was fading in and out the whole time. It was Think that's what it is? Hold on. Dang on it. What are you doing? go to bed, Mom. I told you that an hour ago. Go to your bedroom. You got problems with it. You need to go to your bedroom. I don't want you out here. There's a possum outside and the dog is going nuts. Yeah. We need you to be in your bed and sleep. Not out here walking around and your dog and not feel over. Go to your bedroom. Here, I'll help you. Take my hand and I'm sleeping in your room. Not the kind of night you need to be up walking around in the middle of the dark. Oh man, I tell you what, now there's a possum outside. He's got a possum cornered out there. It's not a good night. Critters are everywhere. Driving me crazy, I tell you. All right. But anyway, what was I saying? I don't even remember now. Oh, anyway, Restream. Yeah, I'm going back to Avmux, the one that had the Bible verse next to it, because number one, it works way better, and then it does have the Bible verse and stuff like that. So, but it's a much better quality program. I never have issues with my mic on that one. The playback is really decent. So for streaming, okay, yeah, I'll check it out. But I know when I used it before, that's why I quit using it because it was just junk software. I don't think it's very good, but it could be noise cancellation, but I think if I'm using headphones, it shouldn't really be a whole lot of noise coming into his system. But all right, guys. Well, yeah, right. That's why I need a boom mic or something that just picks up my guitar or something where you can get the guitar. That's the whole challenge about having, playing guitar is yeah, but like I said, I never have that problem on Evmux. Sounds just fine. But if I use Restream, it always does that. So I don't know what the difference is. Maybe there is something in their software that you have to click on. I'll check it out. But anyway, see you guys tomorrow night. I guess we'll go on Mozilla and then maybe check out Cosme. Your house is going to be a zoo. I can't believe that. All right, I'll catch you guys later. See you tomorrow.